The stories you've never heard.
Who did Susie O'Neill famously slap?
The jokes behind the jokes.
What would happen if I did a great big fart?
For the first time ever on Ash, Lachie, and Susie O'Neill.
That Chando just peed a pants.
We go behind the laughter.
Can I ask a question about that?
Whoa! What is this?
Hello.
And welcome to the Producers Podcast. It's Alicia interrupting.
Every single time I hear that opener, I want to ask the question, and we just get into hellos, and it rolls on. Who did Susie O'Neill famously slap? I want to know this.
There's going to be a video somewhere that I made a long time ago that will explain it.
Too long ago for anyone to remember.
Too long ago. I remember because when I made the intro to this, it had just happened.
Yeah,
so
okay.
I'm like, I've got the perfect line for this.
It's great. It really hooks you in.
It does need an update because it still has a reference to Jando, our former newsreader.
Who hasn't been here for what feels like a year and a half.
It's pushing about 18 months, I'd say. Still love you, Jando. But yeah, that's anyway, it's a nice. Hopefully I can find that for you.
Yeah, okay.
It was in like Lachie was winding up Susie, much like he did this morning as well. Today was a loose show.
It
Dude,
was very
Today, I
was
reckon,
wild.
I'm trying to hopefully put together a super cut if I have time. I've got like 5. I time code all the moments. So if something happens
Yeah.
on the show, for socials, I'll just 8:25. I'll just write it down just so and go like buzz mics, something like that. So I can go back into our hard drives and grab it all together. I've got 5 different things from like the
That's
first
so
2
good.
hours. Just,
You've got plenty of videos to edit. 'Cause
also because. God, they really wanted some videos out of today. Just I reckon
Dude, they
3,
kept
all of them
asking
like,
me.
hey Nick, we get a video
I
of this. I'm
noticed
like,
that.
okay,
He's
all
a
right.
video making machine.
It's on
Admin
the,
is.
Admin's working hard right now. But yeah,
and yet you still
loose
found
show.
the time to go through our old photos. I have a bone to pick with you.
No, I know.
My photo is not even from 2011.
Well, no,
and it's a terrible photo.
No photos of you exist from 2011.
They do. If you scrolled further, you would have found photos from 2011.
I worked out that Lachie has a lot of photos on his Facebook page. Just like a lot. And honestly, I got pretty sick of it by the end. So I'm like, you showed me that one earlier. Context, Throwback, Throwdown today, which we'll get to very soon. It gave me a great opportunity because this was in the Facebook era where a lot of photos exist of
Everything went on
everyone.
Facebook.
Every-
I just had my camera out at all times, taking pictures of everything and anything, and it was just getting uploaded to Facebook.
And we'll
Didn't even make sense.
We'll get to Throwback, Throwdown soon. Actually, you know what? Let's just get into it right now. I think I nearly swore there. You know what?
did.
You know what? I
You did
think
a half swear.
wouldn't
Did
be
anybody have the beep button
wouldn't
ready?
be the
No.
first one to swear on the show today. Oh, Sue's just coming out of the blocks at 6. Jeez.
6:10.
She was passionate about that peeler.
Yeah.
Although, probably the better time to do it. If we're
Yeah.
honest, probably the better time to do it. But no, Throwback Throwdown today, 2011 was the year. We were just discussing off air then. We worked out that our age differences are a bit bigger than we thought.
Yeah.
I'm
Which I didn't realise until I looked at the pictures.
I'm born 92, so 2011 was my first year up here
That's
in Brisbane,
crazy.
turning 19 and going out clubbing. So $3 basics at Birdies was just the best.
Like I was just saying off air, like it feels like you and me are the same age. Like when I talk to you in person.
You've got a
like-
level of maturity that is matched only by my level of immaturity, so that kind of puts us on the
Yeah.
same page.
So it blows my mind to think you were 19 out clubbing and I was 14 and like,
There's some
being 14.
I mean, I look at my aesthetic there, and it's very sort of like short stack sort of.
I did appreciate that you managed to find like the one picture of me where I didn't look like a little emo kid in 2011, but the picture that you posted of you was very emo kid in 2011.
I'll take that emo bullet for
But,
you. No doubt about it.
Yeah.
The photo of me, even though it is 2012, I think I'm still pre-puberty there because Alicia, there's only one
Lachie,
year between us.
I'm not going to lie. You
Yeah,
don't
there
look too
is.
different today.
Wow.
No, I mean that in a nice way. You have a very young face.
I reject that claim.
You have a better beard. You have a better beard than I do. You can grow facial hair better than I can.
Yeah, it's still not great.
No, it's not. Oh, don't worry. It's
but
I can grow facial hair better than you can. Nick.
it's north of England speaking. Got to stay warm in those cold winters.
Wigan. Represent.
But it's funny because Alicia and I are actually only a year apart from one another, and the differences between those two photos, like Alicia
Intense,
is looks so much older than I look, and it's just funny how puberty works.
Yeah, girls mature at a higher rate.
Exactly.
But anyway, we're getting way too far off what we
Getting
should be
into
talking about.
puberty on the podcast
no,
today.
no.
Puberty blues, guys. No, that sucks.
do we-
I hate
do
that.
Birds and the bees.
Do we want to go through some of these songs?
Yeah,
Because
let's. Because
2011.
you and I were annoyed about this.
Oh.
And I'm going to get on the front foot here.
Yeah, please fire up.
I absolutely hated their decisions today.
Oh yeah. It was disgusting.
I don't know. I don't think Buzz may have just been too young, but Ash and Lachie were working in radio at this period of time. And
No, we were, because I think Alicia and I were talking to Buzz yesterday about when he got his start in radio. In 2011, he was working in radio. So this was at a time where he was also in the commercial radio game. He did reveal off air to us that had he been able to go again, he actually would have picked a different song. I think he also potentially even mentioned it.
I like that he respected the rules of the game.
Yeah, he didn't want to back out. I'm trying to find it on the board right now. And I just think...
I know, all of them grab songs, just very, very easy songs
This
off the
This
top.
is the song that Buzz wished he could have picked, but he went in too quickly.
Simple Plan!
Great song.
Love this song. Oh.
And Natasha Bedingfield as well.
Yeah.
Is she in this?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
She's the female voice.
Yeah, I like the sort of like female to male sort of thing. That was actually very common at the time.
I was
A
very
lot of duets.
surprised. I thought Lutzie's mind would be much more... Like, Lutzie, to me, you know, he's very into his U2. He screams Coldplay.
Yeah, no, well,
And
I think...
one of Coldplay's biggest songs came out in 2011. This is a great song. It didn't even get a play on the show, I don't think.
I am so hit and miss with Coldplay, and this is right in the borderline for me.
I think
No, I agree. I feel like it's a little bit overplayed, but at the same time, it is one of the biggest hits.
we've established on the show, I think, that Coldplay don't do well
They don't rate here.
in Throwback Throwdown, at least.
It's a
like
specific market.
even Yellow or like
No.
Clocks, which are two of their biggest songs.
Biggest songs, but I've always said they really bum you out.
Yeah. I mean, I love Yellow.
Oh no, they're great.
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
great songs.
But they just don't, it doesn't get plays. Let's quickly go through the four that they did pick.
Here's the four they picked.
So we've got Sue's going in with "Sexy and I Know It," right?
This is a great song.
Yeah.
I'm
sexy and I know it.
I might have picked this one.
Jeez, it was a weird era when LMFAO were
Yeah.
like the sort of.
It mustn't have been far out that... What was the other song?
That they did.
Champagne Showers was their follow-up.
That's not what I...
No,
Move
this
on,
one here.
I'll try and remember it.
'Cause this is their other one that.
No, this is the one I would have picked.
This is the same one.
No, it's
No,
not.
that "Sexy and I Know It" and "Party Rock Anthem" are
Oh
two
my God,
different songs.
You're right, they are very
No,
similar.
what's the... Psy was his name. What song
Oh,
did he
Gangnam
Gangnam
have?
Style, that's 2012.
This must have been... Yeah, that's what I
2012.
relate them as the same kind of vibe.
Okay, sure.
LMFAO and Psy are very similar vibes.
We had Ash. I think it was Ash picking
gone?
"We Found Love."
He went back to Rihanna. I thought he'd left
He's been
Rihanna.
off, yeah. He left Rihanna behind because she doesn't usually rate for him.
No, because Calvin Harris was on this track as well, and Calvin Harris was dominant from this
does
period
rate.
of time.
He does.
Not enough
usually
love for
rate.
old Calvin Harris as well. But yeah, no, this is a really powerful period for him. I was explaining to Lachie, I got really passionate about this earlier because this is the era where songs that were played on the radio, like this, were also the same songs that were being played in most nightclubs. This is before the sort of like EDM split, where it became a lot more festival sort of, and you wouldn't hear it played on radio, only the very top songs. So we haven't split at this point yet. So you'd go, you would hear this on Nova throughout the day, with a very young Buzz spruiking the song. Then you go out to Birdies at night for $3 basics, and you'd hear the same thing.
Yeah, that's true.
And that was very common. So it was actually it was a vibe.
Another one of those songs potentially.
I've always said it. Levels by Avicii is one of the greatest songs of the modern era, and Flowrider took this within like a year and just redid it, and I still dig this song. It's still in the gym playlist.
Yeah, it's a good song for me. I'm not vibing it as a throwback pick,
Nah,
but
it's
that's
alright.
okay.
There's a lot of mid songs.
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to a song that I like. It's probably not a great vibe to get around.
Sure.
But the Lazy Song by Bruno Mars.
Yes.
Oh,
It's
This
such a good song.
this was a smash when this came out.
Yeah.
Because you remember the video
The
clip?
music video was so good.
Yeah.
Can I be honest with you?
That's okay.
He's not got it on his screen.
No, well, this is the thing. We were compiling. I was compiling the
There's a
list
lot of songs,
yesterday,
mate. I get it.
and I actually cut Bruno Mars "The Lazy Song."
After you sent the list out.
I sent the list out. I then made an edit because I wanted to get this song on the list.
Yes.
A song that Alicia won't know.
No.
Oh, is this one of the ones we were discussing this morning?
Yeah.
This had a
Okay.
chokehold on Australia.
There was
that
a
it-
real period of like Metro Station.
Yeah.
Any song that sounded kind of like this, which
Yeah.
is like I think electro pop would be about the term. Matty Rowe would speak to this a lot better, but a lot of songs sounded like this.
Yeah.
But in this post sort of like pop punk emo going electro, a lot of songs sound like this, and a lot of like TV shows would use generic songs like this.
This was a promo song. Picture a promo right now. Coming up tonight on the block.
Was this the song where the colours changed?
Yeah, exactly.
Because that looked like an ad to me, like a TV ad. You know, he's
Yeah.
skipping down the street and the colours are coming behind
Yeah.
him.
I have
and-
no idea where these kids wear crowns are now. And I don't know if they're on an anniversary tour. I'm sure they probably are due to popular demand.
I think they are.
They probably are.
Another one that fits a similar vibe, and maybe this speaks to more my music taste at the point in time.
I love this song. They also had a great follow-up song later in the year.
Yes.
But Hot Shell Ray, again, it's a lot of that sort of synthy, sort of... There's probably always like a guy wearing maybe like a long sweepy fringe with a tie around his neck.
That was you.
That was me. Well, I can't play keyboard, but he was probably playing that. So this was like... I love this era of music. I'm still very obsessed with this.
The reason I cut Bruno Mars, I should say, was because there were 2 songs on the list that we didn't end up playing. This is one of them.
But darling, I still catch a grenade.
Bruno's just released a new song with Lady Gaga, which is pretty good, but Bruno's first album was...
Blast this in your car, like sing at the top of your lungs. It is a great one to play in the car.
A fantastic one.
The other one I thought might have got picked by Lutzi, but didn't, was Nicki Minaj.
Oh.
Yeah,
Super Bass.
Yeah.
That feels like a
I
Lutzi
found-
vibe.
Without knowing yesterday, inadvertently, I found out Lachie can rap the whole first verse.
What?
Yep.
Okay, we need to hear this now.
Well, this is only the hook,
This
so
is the hook.
unfortunately...
So,
Get rid of the music. Cut the music.
No, keep your powder dry, Lachie. Keep your
No,
powder
it's
dry.
fine. We didn't end up playing the other Bruno Mars song.
Again, this.
The number of proposals, and like, because this was
And at
right-
weddings, this is everywhere.
No, but this was when like the internet was still obviously a thing, but This is when
early
you start,
YouTube days.
Yeah, still relatively mid to early YouTube days, and you're starting to see all these people doing. What are they like the flash mobs?
Flash mobs, yep.
The flash mob proposals to this song, unreal.
That's true.
So many of them. Another one
is a
that
great song.
was I vibed to this.
Yeah, so when Adam Levine started doing some more sort of solo stuff.
Yep.
Travis McCoy, if you remember, from Gym
Oh,
Class
yeah.
Heroes, when he was doing his solo stuff.
Yes.
'Cause he links up with he links up with Bruno Mars later on as well for Billionaire,
Yes.
which me and a mate of mine used to perform as a duo.
What?
I would
That's
rap and he would play the Bruno part and sing and play guitar.
Dude,
It
that's
sounds
funny because that sounds like something you do in high school, but you weren't in high
I was
school.
about
No,
to say,
I was
you
in
would be in your 20s.
I was in my first year of college, so yeah, it was.
Well, you said it was later than this, didn't you?
No, we're right in that era. Oh yeah, well,
dear.
just because I was at uni and I was an adult doesn't mean I was in any way cool. I
Yeah.
actually explained
Yeah.
to Susie, I'm like, just because you're 18, you're just a large teenager.
Yeah.
Like, you're still an idiot.
Here's another one that I loved.
Reese Maston, winner of the X Factor, and weirdly was on the Today Show or Today Morning Edition just after the show.
I think
That's weird.
within the past year, I know he's done the Jindalee Bowls Club as a venue.
I once saw the Gently Bowls Club on this wedding like reality show.
Yeah.
And
Oh yes,
you know
I've
what I'm
seen
talking
that
about
show.
with
Yes.
the black tabletops.
Yes.
And they could just only fork out for it.
Oh,
shout out
dear.
to Gindley's Bowls Club.
Oh dear.
For all your events, whether it be Reese Maston or your wedding, the Gindley Bowls Club.
Oh
Close
dear.
to Lockie's heart there. He lives down
No,
that way.
it is.
So it was an awesome era of music. It's an awesome era of music. And as I said, I'm just not happy with the guys'
Yeah.
picks. I reckon we could have unpacked it further.
Can we? I want to.
They went safe picks.
I want to play 2 more songs.
Sure. I'll give you the votes, the update after this.
Fantastic. 2 more songs. Honorable mention to Ed Sheeran's The A-Team. I won't play it. We all know it. But
Yep.
it's,
And that was when he burst on the
Yeah,
scene.
that was
his first song.
or was Lego House.
No, Lego House was a follow-up.
Okay. So that.
Well, actually, You Need Me, I Don't Need You was the first, then A-Team was the real sort of
Okay,
smash.
I'm going to play it now that we've talked so much about it.
They say she's in
Once again, not a Throwback Throwdown winner, but
No. Beautiful song, but also very depressing.
great live.
Yes, I've seen it live. Beautiful.
So that was great. This is one that I loved. Jason Derulo.
This is when, Jason Derulo, from about 2009 to this period here, was just on fire. And to his credit, it's 15 years on, and he's still very relevant.
Yeah.
Very is questionable.
Well,
Everyone
no, he
knows his
evolved.
name.
Everyone evolved, yeah, because he sung it at the start of every song.
Yeah.
One of the better marketing techniques
Yeah.
I've ever seen. That and Pitbull going,
You know, he dropped the Jason Derulo song, and he started just going Derulo. Did anybody else notice that? Was that really funny, Lachie? Oh my god.
Nick's eyes. The way that Nick's eyes lit up just then as he said,
I really like Pitbull. I'm a big Pitbull fan.
that was great.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Pitbull, I want to give this one a play.
Grab somebody sexy, tell 'em
I can feel the sticky nightclub floors.
So can I. I think this was still playing in the nightclubs when I eventually got to your age, Nick.
Also, Alicia, in like the most uncool way, because I was like a product of the step-up generation. So
Oh,
I thought
So
being
you were
a-
trying to do all the...
I thought being able to dance was really cool. And if those movies taught me anything, girls wanted that.
Yeah.
What they did not want was the highly uncoordinated, sweaty mess with that long, sweepy hair.
Yeah.
I'm getting
Just-
Channing Tatum vibes.
I mean, ironically, somehow it's still infiltrated the way I dress. But yeah, walking off the dance floor like a football player coming to the bench, walking to the bar, going, "No, just a water, thanks." It was a different era.
My memory of Give Me Everything, when I see that song is actually from Pitch Perfect.
Yes.
Where I
Hey,
can't remember.
that montage by the Barton Bellas.
Yeah, one of the greatest of all time. No, I think one of the characters in the movie has some.
Fat Amy sings a verse of it.
Well, someone has nodes or something where she can
Yeah, she
then
does.
she then enables her to sing her notes that no one is hitting.
Lachie had nodes once
Did he?
back in the day. Yeah.
There you go.
Here's the follow-up story.
2011.
Possibly. Actually, probably around the timeline. Yeah, he was doing a lot of MC work around then, and yeah, we'll investigate this one. So yeah, awesome. Yeah, I've got the voting. It is 11:05 at the time we record this. I always like to time code our podcast because in this crazy world we live in. So you've already played the songs. In last place, and a shame because she's playing the AFL Grand Final. It is Katy Perry on 10%. That's Latzie's. He's hard.
surprised
He's
She's
hard.
had a downfall. She's been.
And also, I feel like just that song is one that would still get played on the radio.
Mm.
Like, it doesn't really feel like that much of a throwback when you hear it.
This might be controversial, and I hope Lutzy doesn't listen to this. But his metric for I hear this song used in like Olympic stuff, it's because I reckon it's just a safe, feel good song. And
Oh yeah.
like athletes, you want the winning athletes to feel like a firework, to feel like it's a song that speaks to that.
It's amazing how far you can reach to still draw a parallel to get like an Olympic style song.
Yeah.
Or a song that reflects on sport.
Yeah, and this is a good song for it.
Yeah.
Songs that were released in the last 15 years, but it's still.
Yeah. I listened to Vanessa Amorosi's Heroes Live Forever the other day,
Yeah.
which came out at about the same
Yeah.
time as the Sydney 2000 Games. And that song was it was written for the Olympics.
Yeah.
And it reeks. It's still a good song.
Yeah.
Goes great with the sporting montage, but it reeks of this was written specifically for
Yeah.
the games. So anyway, last place, Katy Perry are tied for the Matty Rowe plate. It is Ash with We Found
Still
Love.
tied.
Yep. And Good Feeling, Flow Rider.
There you
and just
Nice.
cruising ahead.
Tied by vote or by percentage?
By percentage. By
Okay.
percentage. Of
So
course.
who's pulling ahead slightly in the votes?
It is Susie with LMFAO. Fun,
Wow.
Fun trivia question for you. Name the two members of LMFAO.
Red Foo
And
No way.
the other one.
Sky Blue, which I believe was his uncle.
That cannot
No,
be
I-
the real
yeah.
name. What?
Red
He
Foo-
was an uncle and a nephew?
Yeah, sometimes artists, Alicia, have like stage names. It's not their name.
Well, yeah, but why would they then group together and be called LMFAO and then just use like weird names as well?
Well, also
anyway?
that was that period of time where we used a lot of.
Yeah. No, I get you.
I mean, it could have been Rufflecopter. That was the other one.
Rufflecopter.
God, it was a cringe era, but
Yeah.
I'm glad we walked so this next generation can
Yeah.
run. Oh wow, we. Okay, well that's Throwback Throwdown. Make sure you head to the Ash Lutz and
Yep.
Susie Instagram page to vote for that. Voting wraps up just as the final song ends before Throwback Throwdown. That's the rule. I literally don't send it to Buzz until pretty much he's back announcing.
So what's that like around 7:48?
I'd
tomorrow
call it
morning?
between 7:48 and 7:51. I don't know if you've got the logs there, but it'll be around that period.
I mean,
of
the
time
logs will change because it depends on how long they speak
It
for.
absolutely does. Absolutely does. We did some weekend work
We did do some weekend work.
We did.
Sounds good.
Time in lieu.
Time in lieu. That lieu will never come. But
Yeah.
we like to believe it does. Handball Blitz semi-finals down the north side. Of course, this was all covered in the Handball Blitz
Yeah.
podcast. But Alicia, you were working the front desk. Lachie, well, you didn't have a microphone that works, so
No.
really got to see how you
That was
projected your voice.
really funny. When I started hearing you yell and you were like, sorry everyone, for a radio station, our mic equipment is not working.
Your Lachie impression is as good as Ash's Nick impression.
Yeah, not great.
I never claimed to be good at impressions, but yeah.
But he did. Lachie did a very good job as tournament director.
Thank
Very
you.
intense day. Alicia held the camera for me a couple of times, doing some filming, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm currently putting together the Hands of Fate documentary.
How's it coming along?
It's coming along. We got an audio trailer dropping tomorrow. There's some great audio in there that Dylan's just putting together. Thank you to Dill for that. AV Union stands strong.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I'm just look. I ended up filming a total of nearly 2 hours of footage
Wow.
for what will be a 3-minute video.
Yes.
So I just go through this process of go through, cut again, and just I'm sure there's something more efficient, but this is the only way I know how. So hopefully you guys enjoy it.
I mean, I think generally, if you were to produce a video like this outside of the confines of a radio station, you would probably have more time to work on it than you probably currently do.
Mm.
And you might also have someone helping you edit the thing, whereas you're doing it yourself. So
It's I mean our social team, all of us, just busily putting our heads together, and we are at work. But also it also is tough when in the morning when I said to myself this morning, I'm gonna come in a little under the weather today, guys. As if I don't sound perfectly amazing today as I normally do, you will sort of. I was trying to put my head down and go, all right, I can knock over some of this documentary during the show. Constant requests for videos.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn it!
we'll get that up on socials.
Hey, we'll get that up on socials.
Hey Nick, can you
Yeah, that's up on socials now. I'm
Yeah.
like, you just did it. Anyway. Now, guys, everything going well behind the scenes? Just a little pulse check, a vibe check. We talked about to Uncle Nick about anything?
Yeah. Well, I feel like.
Thanks, Uncle Nick, for checking in.
Thanks, Uncle Nick.
Weirdly wearing like a bomber jacket and a backwards cap, like Steve Buscemi. Like, hello, fellow kids.
Now that we've established that Nick is 6 years older than us, Uncle Nick, do you want to start a pop duo? We can call ourselves. I'm thinking Rufflecopter.
I mean, I don't think it's been taken.
No, it's been an interesting show for me at least because I feel like I copped quite a lot of flack on Wednesday's show.
You've got some drive-bys.
And there's been a number of drive-bys. Whether they're valid or not, I don't know. But
You didn't get it on your birthday yesterday,
no,
which was great.
well, this is the thing. There was almost an amnesty on my birthday.
Well, no, there was one attempt to, and they all went, no, it's his birthday, it's his
Yeah.
birthday. I think it was a question on Smile and Susan.
But
We'll
once
blame
again,
Alicia, we'll blame Alicia.
I stand by the fact that question was fine. I can't quite remember what the question was, but I remember them having some sort of issue with it and going, really? If you
can't remember either.
pick at this? But no, today.
That's your blood, sweat, and tears, Lachie. Every
is.
day you are preparing 5 quiz questions, and that is
Sorry,
a
10, thank you very
10.
much.
Oh my god, you are doing 10. That is a lot. Although Smart and Susan, $900 tomorrow. Hello.
1,000, you mean? No, it's 900.
Yeah.
It's 900.
You said 100.
No, he said 900.
I told
Oh.
you, under the weather, Alicia. Sometimes
Yeah,
it just
okay.
happens.
To clarify for everybody at home, it's 900.
Anyway,
Whispering.
so today, what happens? Buzz sends me a message. He goes, "Hey, I'm also not feeling well, and I'm going to need to take some."
Buzz and I kiss. That's why.
That explains a lot. He then says, "I'm going to need to take some like a painkiller, but he can't take painkillers without having food in his stomach. He can't do it on an empty stomach. So he's like, I'm gonna pay for you to go down."
I was going to ask you to take the tablet for him.
Yeah,
Or
just
like mama bird it into his mouth.
that's strange. No, but he's like, "Can I give you my credit card? You can go down and just order some food for me." So it sounds good. I walk into the studio, and Suze also goes, "Oh, Lachlan, are you going to get some food? For Buzz. I'm also in." And I go, "Anyone else want anything?"
The animals were hungry.
Yeah. Anyone else want anything? And no one responded. So I go down, I get the food, I get Alicia breakfast as well, and I come back up, and Lachie is fired up, going, why didn't you get me?
You should have seen him come out of the street because you had to go back.
Yeah, I had to go back
yeah.
to get you a banana
Yeah.
smoothie that I forgot to collect.
So I took the food into the studio, went back into my booth,
Mm.
and the next thing I just heard the studio door slam open, and he goes, "Lucky!" Like as if you could hear him from your booth, and I was like, "He's not here. What can I help you with, Lottie?" And he's like, "He didn't get me any breakfast," and I was like, Okay. What do you want me to do about it?
It was just objectively funny as well because the sweater Lachie was wearing today, it's like his nice handsome sweater.
Oh yes.
It really brings out his blue eyes.
Yes.
It looks very handsome in it. But to see him acting like slightly aggressively wearing that jumper, it kind of just completely like cut. It's like when Suze wears her pink jumper, she looks like really just like
Yeah.
like lovely and sweet. I'm like, yeah, this isn't cutting
Doesn't
through.
work, yeah.
Look at you.
And then he had a little bit of a harumph, a little bit of a
Harumph.
Harumph. I love harumph.
complained a little bit on air, and Ash had my back until he didn't have my back, and all of a sudden he changed his tune, going, "Come on, Lachie, what is this?"
Oh,
And
geez.
the thing is
you,
that
you lost the numbers.
well, yeah, I'm slowly losing, I guess, my allies. The strange thing, and we've said about on this show before, where I sit in relation to the studio, I have no line of sight with anyone.
That's correct. Lachie has zero line of sight.
I can see. Maybe if Ash is sitting back in his chair, I can see Ash's shoulder. There are
Yet he
sometimes
still tries to look around the corner
Yeah.
to speak to you.
There are some times where Suze, to check to see if I'm okay, will kind of run to where the window is and like poke her head around the corner just to be like, "Oh, is he receiving this well?" And I like give her like a thumbs up to be like, "I get that this is a joke," or "I'm pretty sure this is a joke." But it's stressful. It's a stressful.
It is.
And I think Alicia also copped it a bit today or yesterday.
I don't know. I feel like I cop it all the time. It's fine. But I feel like they pick on you because they like you, Lachie.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I was always told that if they talk about you and if they refer to you, even if it sounds off, it actually means they like you.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
worst thing that could happen is if they never talk to you or about you.
I also, while we're in the
Or that's a lie we've all been told and they
well.
secretly just despise us.
I've also been told, well, I guess now that we're doing this Uncle Nick thing, I was abused yesterday.
Whoa.
Yeah,
I'll distance
real
myself
heavy,
from that.
real heavy. By Alicia of all people.
Ooh.
She punched me 26 times. Now she claims it was birthday punches.
It's the first thing I did
How
when
old
I
did you
walked
turn
in.
yesterday?
26.
No, I just want to see if like she missed one. She can
Yeah.
still punch you again.
It was the first thing I did when I walked through that door. I was like, Lachie, brace yourself. Punch.
On paper though,
Can she throw them?
well,
They were light and friendly.
they were more like fist bumps to the arm,
Yeah.
Yeah.
as
Like,
opposed
Just like
to
but kind of like Chinese water torture, just constant drops.
Yeah.
And eventually going to break away.
exactly. And I'm feeling a little bit weak on my right arm,
Yeah, of
so
course you are.
I think a letter to Molly Jobbins in PX will be.
Well,
just
they
right.
monitor all of these to
Yeah.
to flag the new AI program. They're running
really?
to flag any level of.
Oh, well, that's good to know. So
well, red flags.
Yeah.
I can expect what Alicia's job in how many weeks?
Well, look, it's a long process. Alicia, I can come with you as your support person.
Thank you.
Actually, just a fun tip: if you ever get called into HR, you are allowed to have a support person with you.
And I'm always going to take Uncle Nick.
Did you see there was a story of a man who was getting fired from his job and so took a clown in
Yeah.
as an emotional support person?
Yeah.
I think that's one of the best moves.
I think it's brilliant.
I think it's
Yeah.
incredible. And like this clown.
Oh, you may as well.
This clown's wearing full makeup, full
Can you
big
imagine
red
being
nose.
that clown, though, turning up for a job and then being told, oh, yeah, I'm getting fired and I just want you to sit there?
No, that is
that would
hilarious.
be so awkward. I'd be like,
look,
I don't want to do that.
Alicia, knowing what humans are capable of, I'm sure that's probably not the worst thing that clown has been booked for. Although I do love the idea that at the end of that session, that any final remarks, Miss Foster? Well, I just want to say, despite what it looks like to my right, the only clown in this room is you. You may as well just go for it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to feel better.
Yeah. I'm turning my mic off. I'm done.
Are we done? All right.
Okay then.
That'll do us for now, and yeah, we'll see you on Friday to see how this wild week is wrapped up.
Friday, handball blitz grand final day.
Yeah,
So
we'll
get
we'll
excited.
talk about our preparations.